And Djokovic is not participating, and because of the vaccination rules, Novak says that he does not want to take the vaccination because he has to respect his body and he has to do what is right for the body and he has to defend his point of view, which is great. And then US Open, which is happening in the US, the government is saying no, if you're not vaccinated you will not be allowed. And obviously, so both sides are arguing, right? So some people are saying that why will you not get vaccinated? Just get vaccinated, compete in US Open, increase your Grand Slam tallies, etc., etc. And the other side is saying, why should he get vaccinated? It's his choice. And then there are other people who are pitching in. So I heard Rafa say that it's a terrible loss for tennis because Novak is not there and he's one of the greatest players of all time. And if Novak is there, the whole tournament lights up, right? Because everybody is more interested. Because Novak definitely great. I mean, one of the greatest players for sure. So that's that. And then McEnroe said something even controversial. He said whenever Djokovic, I think McEnroe, if I'm not wrong, but he said something to the tune of, if Djokovic is not participating, then Nadal is the obvious person who benefits. And to some extent it could be true that, I mean, Nadal, who can beat Nadal? Djokovic. And who can beat Djokovic? Nadal or some other player, but that's rare. So true statements. My take is that Djokovic is totally right in saying no. Let's first hear what Joe Rogan and the guest has to say, and then probably we'll talk about my comment. I'm just playing the clip.
It's you and how do you say the guy's name, the tennis player?
Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, Djokovic.
He does not even know the name.
I mean, we talk about the healthiest human beings on earth, professional
Well, he's not
athletes.
playing in the U.S. Open now.
Yeah, I know.
Because of this.
Which is bananas. The guy's already had COVID, recovered from it. I think he had it twice.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best athletes in the world. I mean, the guy's body's in tip-top
Tennis
condition.
players are incredible fitness.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, you can't come. You didn't follow the rules. Like it defies science, defies logic. It doesn't make any sense. None of it.
It's so strange, right? When something like this comes up, because as soon as you hear it, there's this counterpoint, right? The government is saying there are a set of rules you have to follow, and you hear someone very famous say something like there are rules because of which some sort of injustice is being done. And as soon as you hear it, your first impression is, yeah, maybe he's right, because something is not somebody is exploiting something, and someone like Novak who should be there is not there because of some rules and they're not correct. But as soon as you hear it, that is where I think we need to become more aware. We need to be more trained, like training ourselves, because these are just points of views. For example, if I were to go in Joe Rogan podcast, I mean his show, and he would have a bunch of rules, or at least in his head he would want me to behave a certain way, and if I don't behave in that particular way, I'm pretty sure it would create some sort of a friction and he would not like it, and probably he would kick me out of the show as well. I'm just trying to say that he can have a set of rules for his whatever his group of, or whatever his area is. Similarly, the government has some rules, because we saw so many people die around us. Again, up to the individual. Novak is totally right. He should respect his body and take his decisions. And government is totally right in its place, because it has to make the rules that it has to make. Let's look at some of the comments. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, this guy was, alright. How do I scroll the comments here? Strongly agreed. So somebody is agreeing with it, which is fine. We all should be able to make comments. All they have to do is do a quick test each day. Jeez. But exactly, I mean, true. But then how many people would you, so if you make that concession for Novak, then you would have to make that concession for all the players. Then you would have to make that concession for all the other sports personalities, then all the famous people. Then if you're doing for them, then you would have to make that concession for local people as well. I'm sure there would be some exceptions also which can be pointed out, I agree. Politics. Could be. There could be huge politics here. Facts. Them the breaks. Spilling facts. Please, for God's sake, don't bring Joe Rogan into tennis. The more people go against Noel, he's getting bigger and bigger, so much so that he's the greatest of all time. The numbers don't lie. Exactly, that's the weird thing about Novak. I mean, there is this huge Federer fan following, Rafa fan following, and with Novak, people like to paint him as this anti-hero sort of a character. You generally hear this narrative that the crowd was against him, such a great mental giant, he still won, and a lot of the times it has been true. And Novak is just brilliant, and for sure, I mean, look at his achievements. And for God's sake, he slides on Australian Open courts. Have you seen him hit backhand on Australian Open courts where he is sliding? I remember that match against who's that guy who has that one-handed Belgian guy, right? 2020 Australian Open. He defeated Nadal in semis and then faced Novak, and Novak was down, I think, set or something, 2 sets, and he came back and won. And amazing, like he was sliding across the hard court. Great player. I'm a Rodgers fan, but this happening to Novak is very wrong. I think that is where I disagree, that I don't think this is happening to Novak as much as that it is just a rule. I could be wrong here. Obviously, I didn't do a lot of research, but I don't think it is about Novak. It's just about a rule that is there, and if you are following the rule, you get in. If you're not, I don't think I would be able to get in the country if I was not vaccinated, and it should be the same for everybody. Or if there is some sort of a concession or exception there, then obviously. Shameful treatment of the GOAT. Defies science. Well, he needs to heat to that polluted water to heating water. There are no words for Novak not being able to play. It makes sense. Wow, someone. Anyone with brain knows that, but let's wait for our 40, 50 plus old fedals to comment. Rules are rules, and vaccination works. Well, I'm not 40 plus yet. Alright, let me know what you thought about this video. Whether you agree with Novak's ban or not. I don't think it is personal to Novak that somebody is actually doing that to Novak. Just that there is set of rules or guidelines, and Novak is doing what he wants to do, and the government is doing what it wants to do. So that's about it. But for sure, Novak will be missed. Like, how can you not miss Novak in US Open? I think even last year or last year, he was disqualified when he hit the line judge accidentally. I don't know what is with Novak. It's just strange how he tends to get into these controversies again and again. And just sad that he won't be there. Just sad. The player that he is, you should go and watch Novak's match against Rafa in French Open. You will just know why everybody will miss Novak. Incredible player. Let me know what your thoughts are on the video, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.